We would be honored if you would join us.
Dad?
Drop it! Groovy.
This is Video Store Clerks. Welcome to the store.
Oh,
ERIK?
Oh shit, is it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Oh shit, it's Tuesday. It's 10 p.m. That means
It's time to party.
it's time to party. Because you're four clerks from the video store here to take care of some video store business. That's right, everybody. Tonight's fucking monstrosity of a live stream we'll be talking about In a Violent Nature. We got a newer one. It's weird. Like we haven't had a customer in like 20 years, but still sometimes corporate send us new movies. So here we are. When did this come out? March-ish? I don't know.
March 20 something.
God, how is everybody tonight?
Not
too bad.
May 31st.
Oh, man.
Waking up with
Oh,
Wake me up. Hey, what's up, everyone? We're live.
Anyway, we're your clerks. We're here live. Join us in the chat. Let's keep this shit going. Tell us your thoughts on this year's drama, horror film, whatever it was, In a Violent Nature. But let's get into it. I mean, should we introduce ourselves? Everybody kind of knows who we are, man. Yeah, fuck. I'm Dave. Hi.
Yeah, man.
I'm Mike.
Chuck.
And we are the four clerks. Now, some shit went down, so let's get to the news.
I'm going to walk and walk and walk until I see the news.
Max, the true colors of Uranus and Neptune look more like previously thought.
What the fuck just happened?
Oh my God! What grade are you in, women? Come on, can we get a little professionalism? Jesus!
What's up,
Hey,
Melissa?
Melissa.
What up?
I'll do. All right, started as usual with the box office. These are your domestic totals for this past weekend of July 19th through the 21st. Forgot what day it was. And again, these are your domestic totals because we're in America and only our shit matters. Number 10, the Bike Riders brought in $722,000. It's fifth weekend. Yeah, me neither. Number 9, Maxine brought in $819,000. Still going strong. 3 weeks in, $14 million. That's not too bad. Number 8, Bad News with a Z.
I've never heard of it.
Me neither. But it's its first weekend. It opened at $1.1 million.
Starring
There's all
Bad
these
News
movies
Brown.
I've never heard of. There's so many movies that keep popping up every like week, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
A lot of stuff's coming out.
I guess.
How do they?
Lucky
even make
number
money?
7 for this week was Bad Boys. Ride or Die, bringing in $2.7 million. Also, it's 7th weekend. I know it's been that long.
Too long.
Number 6, some movie called Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly me to the moon.
It's about the fake astronaut.
Oh, okay, that one. Yeah, I have heard of that one.
$3.3 million. Number 5, A Quiet Place Day 1. Never did reach the number 1 spot, but it's still done well. $6.3 million this past weekend, and its total domestically has been $128 million. Still not bad. Still not bad. No. Number 4, Long Legs.
I still haven't seen it. I'm done. I really want to see it.
Enjoy.
Did you all not like it? Did you all not like it?
Chuck, do you feel tired? Do you feel like you need some rest? Like a good night's sleep?
I mean, usually, but why?
Then you might want to pay a ticket and go see Long Legs.
Whatever. I haven't seen it yet. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So we'll talk when I see it.
Yeah.
It's
We tend to differ sometimes.
spoiler alert. It's not about spiders.
Number 3, Inside Out 2 has the big money maker of the summer of 2024 has joined the $1 billion club. Brought in another $13 million this past week.
Kids love them.
Kids,
Yeah,
love
man.
kids.
It's a good one. It is. I watched it a couple times with Dak so far.
Number 2, Despicable Me 4 brought in $24 million. $1 million.
1 million.
And taking the number 1 spot, storming up the box office, Twisters.
Woo.
Brought in $81 million, shattering the projections, which was around 50 mil it was projected to bring.
Didn't care about the first one.
See, I like the first one. I'll go on
I
record
just-
and just said that.
I didn't like it.
I fuck with Bill Paxton.
I like
Oh,
Bill
I like
Paxton,
Bill
but I mean, I don't care.
Wow.
Oh, in other news, Bob Newhart. Man, Bob
Yeah.
Newhart.
Yeah, who saw that one coming? He was only like what 90-something years old, wasn't he?
94, so he hung in there. He had
Yeah.
a career that ran, like 60 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Newhart, one of television's most revered comedic actors of all time, passed away July 18th at 94 after a series of short illnesses.
I used to watch the Bob Newhart show on. I didn't turn my phone down. I used to watch it on Nick at Night when I was a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, it was a good shit. But I also got to say, one of my favorite things is when I think it's at the end of Horrible Bosses, when Bob Newhart is the new boss, and he's like, "You got somebody in the trunk?" And he's like, "No, you don't hear a thing," or whatever. It's just so morbid. It's like, man, even as an old timer, he's still got a morbid sense of humor. Because that shit, because his shows were actually really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were dark.
In other news, remember that new Jurassic World movie coming out starring Scarlett Johansson?
No.
Well, it's happening. It's coming soon. And it has a title. What do you think it is?
Bloodline.
Nope, but that would be hilarious. It was Jurassic World Rebirth.
What?
That's just as bad.
Yeah, it is. It's still not very good, but
What was it? What was it?
Rebirth.
Oh God, that is about as bad as Bloodline. Yeah.
I was really hoping it would be Bloodline, but it wasn't.
Oh Lord.
They should just call it Jurassic World. Hold on to your butts. I'd pop.
Be great. I'd pay to see it. In other news, the Joker 2 trailer, the new trailer for this year's Joker Part 2, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, dropped today. I still don't know what to make of this movie. The first one
I
was
haven't
really
watched it
good,
yet.
but I just don't know what. I don't know. I still don't
Me
know.
either.
You know,
I
say
mean, I'm curious about it, but I haven't watched the trailer for it yet. But
I'll watch it. Maybe not in theaters, but I'll definitely end up watching it.
yeah, I mean, because I've got respect for both of them. Like,
Joker's my favorite.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
love that Joker.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga look really good, like performance wise and all. But I don't know. Not a big musical guy, and I don't know
Me either.
how that's gonna.
But people are
Taking it-
saying that it's not as musical as everybody's making it out to be. Some people are saying it's only a couple of parts. Some people are making it seem like it's. And I've read all kinds of things online today about it. So
Take it in a different direction for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh
in the
God!
back of a Volkswagen. What?
I can't. We gotta do the news. We gotta report the news because everyone needs to hear the news.
Therapeutic.
Spawn
issue
reboot.
today.
Is back in the headlines again.
I'm intrigued.
God, this has been like 25 years and we're still doing this. Stop. That's right. The other day, Todd McFarlane himself put out a tweet that there was major movie news considering the Spawn reboot to be released the following day. So everyone's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the big news was a picture of the cover page for the script. And that was it. The title for this script is King Spawn. We had 3 different writers.
Jesus.
One is Scott Silver, who actually wrote the first Joker. I think the second one too. 8 Mile, The Fighter with Christian Bale. He's had like a cat, like he's done shit. The other two, I honestly had to Google. I have no idea who these guys were. Matt Mixon, who directed a documentary, and Malcolm Spielman, who's dabbled in writing, but mostly as co-executive produced a couple TV shows like Empire, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and a few others. So it just seems odd.
Wait, Spielberg?
Nah.
Two things about that. One,
Stop it.
I need Todd McFarlane to quit jerking us off without a climax. Like we get this all the time. I'm glad that there's a script. Apparently, that's a good thing. I'm not really. I don't understand King Spawn. You couldn't have gone with Hell Spawn if you're just going to go. Like, why King? I don't know. But I've been begging for a new Spawn movie, and I've got my legs and my fingers crossed. Okay.
Yeah. Don't. This is. I can never remember another movie that had so many stops over. Well, Ghostbusters 3 maybe over such a long time.
Jason
so many
Goes to Hell.
stops. I mean, this has been going on for like 20 years.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's another.
Well, I mean, Jason Goes to Hell. I mean, think about that. Freddy versus Jason and all that shit. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah, that was because that one went back from 88 to 2003. That finally came out. Yeah, that's another one. I mean, it happens, but damn, like, just let this one go, man.
Oh, McFarlane
I
had
want it to
a
happen.
film.
E-I-E-I-O. Oh, where are you from? Oh, just to clarify, the master of horror himself, John Carpenter, put out a tweet the other day, and I quote,
Fuck you.
no, quote, there is no different version of Halloween where Michael dies. This is total bullshit.
Fuck you.
Unquote. This goes back to apparently someone that was working on a Blu-ray of the film fucking claimed that there was an alternate version in which Michael Myers dies in the end. I don't know why he made that claim or what. I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but John Carpenter has said, nope, never happened.
Nine.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Where have you been?
Yes, I know what it is, but like I would have rather seen like Hellspawn if he was going to go with one of those. That's all I'm saying.
If you have to do it, just do an animated version of it. Well, that was supposed to happen too.
Those were good. I mean, the animated series was awesome. I mean, like I'd be okay with that. But
Or Spawn Texas Ranger.
Perfect.
winner. I'll just be happy there's a new Spawn movie. I don't give a fuck. Just give me Spawn and a good one.
Remakes and reboots that nobody asked for. Prison Break is on the list. A new Prison Break reboot will be coming to Hulu at some point.
Of course, it is.
Guess what? They got to break out of prison again.
Didn't they bring it back at one point and did like a season kind of like they did 24 or whatever? And it wasn't that good.
I only watch bits and pieces of Prison
I
Break.
like the original series, but
I've never seen it.
not bad.
All right. God, let's go. All right. Here we go. In a Violent Nature, we'll start with a short synopsis.
My screen's still up.
Yes, sir. And we'll just go from there. When a group of teens takes a locket from a collapsed fire tower in the woods, they unwittingly resurrect the rotting corpse of Johnny, a vengeful spirit spurred on by a horrific 60-year-old crime. Are you fucking kidding me? The undead killer soon embarks on a bloody rampage to retrieve the stolen locket, methodically slaughtering anyone who gets in his motherfucker way.
Damn. Wore himself out.
Woo!
Johnny
Why
almost-
do I have the feeling that I'm the only one that liked this movie?
Compliment sandwich. We'll start with the positives. It was a cool idea, but this should have been a short film. I think we could have intercut and just cut a lot of that completely out, and it would have been an awesome 20, 30-minute short film. It's still a cool idea. I love the kills. I think it points to anyone that does something different. I always like let's not do a paint by the numbers horror movie. Let's do something different. I think with this film we find out why it's never been done before. I think it's a hard movie to write unless you.
Well, the thing about it is yeah, I actually did like this movie. I've watched it twice now, and I actually did like it. I thought it was a cool idea how it was following the killer around. It almost had a Friday the 13th, the game kind of view.
Yeah, definitely Friday.
I enjoyed that. I like the idea of you learn as you go around other people, and you know, it's not just blatant. You have to pay attention. You know, from other people talking about this, that, and the other, and you learn more as it goes. I didn't really mind the pacing, for the most part. Actually, I think it's a good stoner movie. I mean, it's chill. You know, like when it's chill, and then you have those moments where it's like, oh, that's a pretty cool death, because there's some good death scenes in this movie. Yeah, one in particular,
the blonde.
Yeah,
that was my favorite too.
I mean, I've never seen that done, you know. But are we sticking with the positives right now, or are we just going all over the place? Okay.
Yeah. Any positives you got?
But yeah, love the kills. I didn't have a problem with the pacing of it. But you know, because I like the idea. I think it's a cool idea, and there's more to what I will say, but that goes to the negative of it, which our buddy Kevin over here will agree with. But yeah, and you all probably will too. Positives, Mike?
Oh, we're doing positives, right?
Positives right now.
That's why I'm quiet.
Okay.
God, you didn't like it at all? There was nothing about it you liked?
It's pretty much on par with the same things you guys were saying. It was a different idea, and I just feel like the execution didn't hit the mark. The kills, you know, a couple good kills, and I mean, it looks good as far as cinematography. But
yeah, I love the shots in it.
Other than that, I digress.
Well, I think because it isn't your typical movie. It isn't, because there's none of the victims. There was any you hate them all. Every one of them you can't stand.
For sure.
And you know, and it goes because usually in a movie or whatever, no matter if it's a horror movie or whatever, you get to know these people a little bit, blah blah blah. You only get a little inkling of who these people are, like in little pieces. But it's also not even really supposed to be, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, because it's supposed to be following him around. And I think that's kind of a cool thing, honestly. Kind of goes kind of straight for it. And you don't get a bunch of the filler, which I know it's kind of funny saying considering the other half of this movie, but yeah, I thought that it was cool, and I liked it, and like the shots were really good, like you said, and also fuck, man, I've been wanting a fucking like a good old like camper slasher film for a while, and that's what it kind of felt like, a good summer slasher film, and I'm just happy it happened, but you know, there is more to discuss.
Another positive real quick. I like the weapon. I like the hooks. That was cool.
Those are badass.
Wait, can you make a heart with them?
Looks like you did.
Kind of.
Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. We love you guys.
Is that what the locket was? Was the locket a heart? What was the locket?
No, it was just like a little gem that I guess what was his mother's.
Yeah.
Your mother, Trebek.
Well, the way you put it was like the locket is basically
like Jason's mom's sweater.
Yeah.
Her head.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's all it kind of was. Like I said, like the kills were good. I mean, the first kill was kind of janky because you didn't really see it. But
yeah,
that was kind of disappointing because that's the first thing I thought of. Was like, it's supposed to be the fucking like most violent movie ever, and the first kill disappeared. Like me and Mike watched it together last week, and at the same time, we pretty much were like, "What the fuck?" Like that kind of felt short. But I mean, like the the other effects I thought looked good. I still want to know what the budget was because it couldn't have been a whole lot. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I could have made this movie fairly cheap.
Yeah, this movie made it to a lot of theaters. When over 1,400 theaters screened this. It earned $410,000 on Thursday night previews. Went on to gross $2.1 million at the North American box office. And the film later earned $4.1 million. So
That's what I'm saying. The turnaround should have been bank on this.
A Shutter
I did like
film.
the fact that there weren't really any named actors in it, so that was good.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize anybody. Do you guys?
No. I like it better that way, like in this kind of movie. Doesn't matter then, you know.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
like you guys said, like the concept was cool. I just don't like. I just think it's too hard to kind of follow a killer. Like the concept is dope, but at the same time, it's like a lot of the other movies you see like that. Like you get more in tune with the character, and you kind of care about one of them at some point in a way. So like you want to see them survive, but in this one, you were just waiting for everybody to fucking die.
Exactly. Yeah, like that was kind of the point, though. You know, because like because the kid from the killer, like following him around, so he doesn't give a shit.
Because like you said too, like all the characters are fucking annoying.
All of them are fucking annoying. All of them are dipshits. You can't stand one fucking one of them.
all disposable.
Very all disposable. And I think, and that's fine because like this movie just kind of like proves that we're kind of desensitized to shit anymore. And we just kind of just want the violence. And I think that it was ballsy to do a movie like this that pretty much just gave you the violence. Which we've all seen more extreme violence than this shit. I mean, that one kill, the blonde with the hooks, that was funny. That's
the only one.
That was different.
Yeah, but I
That's
mean,
like the only one.
The saw in the face, that was pretty cool. I like that.
Pissed me off.
Well,
that pissed me off because I don't know. Maybe I missed something here, but the guy's wearing the old school headphones with the Walkman, right? He's standing, leaning on the tree, listening to music, right? And fucking, he takes this thing. What the fuck was that weapon? I don't even know what that was. Was that some kind of saw, right?
Metal.
Kevin, what was it? I can't remember what you said it was.
I don't know. Some kind of saw.
Where you cut a tree, almost like you're flossing your teeth, kind of thing.
But you pull it towards you when you use it. You saw
But it was awkward how he did it, and then when he did it, he cuts the guy's head right through. But how does the wire from the headphones not get cut? Because you hear, as he's dragging the body along, you hear the music playing from the Walkman, and then it slowly fades out as the batteries die.
I'll throw you another one on this one because I'm with you on this one. This part kind of annoyed the shit out of me too. I like the kill. But I never had a Walkman that when you took because it shows the plug, it coming out of the plug. It shows the earphones coming out of it, and you could hear it out loud. Like, okay, motherfucker, do your research on that shit because I don't think there was any speakers on that fucking thing. And you didn't hear it when you pulled them out. When you pulled out the fucking headphones, you heard nothing. So I don't understand why they did that. Because like both times I watched it, I was like, surely I missed it, whatever. And both times it was like, because you see it come out, I'm pretty fucking sure that's what it was. Because it's like a close up when he's getting killed and it shows it and it clips out.
I paid extra attention to that scene whenever me and Dave just watched it like a couple hours ago, because he hadn't seen it yet.
But am I right on that though?
Whenever that scene came on, I was just staring at the TV like, okay, what the fuck? And then I saw it and I was like, no.
It doesn't. That didn't make sense. No.
It was funny when he threw his head through the window, though.
When he was getting the mask and shit.
Yeah, it was almost like
that.
Fuck this.
Like you dropped something. Here's your head.
Because he cuts him through his mouth, so just like the top of his head.
Yeah.
Then he's like fucking dragging him by his jaw and holding the head in one hand.
Yeah. Well, see, originally a long time ago, there was a rumor, I guess, that there was a Friday the 13th movie that was going to be basically like this, and just never happened or whatever the fuck it was. I mean, this is definitely it's definitely a big homage to our boy Jason.
It's not an homage; it's a ripoff. Let's call a spade here.
I mean, there's a lot of movies that do that,
It's like a
But
sleepaway
but this
camp
one's
type feel.
yeah, exactly, But yeah, this one's you can definitely tell that the guy playing Johnny with a J,
Yanni. It's a soft J.
Yanni. He you can tell that guy has been wanting to play Jason his whole life. The way he moves in it.
Rye Barrett is the actor.
Well, if he would have been jogging through the woods, it would have been a little faster movie.
Yeah. They did touch on something in the movie that I thought was kind of interesting because because they say that Johnny's like he's not all there or something something's wrong with him or whatever, and they do that in a lot. They had that trope in a lot of horror movies. Jason originally was kind of like that, I guess, but they never really show that side of them, which was kind of interesting because like the scene where they throw the keys out and he grabs it and it's a car and he's like, oh. And it's like when he hears them, it's immediately like, oh, I got to go back to killing. Like I don't know, I kind of like that scene because you don't see that much in movies. They don't actually show that part. And I would say that if you came back from the dead because of a locket being removed, whatever, you still have a piece of who you were beforehand too, So so it was kind of, I don't know. There's some of that scene I really enjoyed, but can we get to the shit part now? Can we? Because as much as I like this movie, there's a whole part of this into this fucking movie that I really can't wait to get into.
Is that the end?
Like the last fucking half of that movie. Yes.
Well,
let's not jump ahead.
The one scene that really confused me was whenever he fucking throws his axe down. And then fucking like slams it into the log or whatever, and then he walks into the water, which that looked cool whenever he was walking in there, you know what I mean? But somehow he got all the way across the lake underwater, fully clothed, fairly fucking quick. And then he like
walked around,
hear her scream, and then he ends up walking like once she's dead or whatever, and he drowns her. He like walks up the side, and that was a complete Jason ripoff.
Oh yeah,
whenever he's walking out of the water.
Homage.
I kind of like that.
Rip off. It's
But
not
sounds so better. So it's
but then he walks up to the chick doing yoga and kills her and pulls her head through her stomach. But then he walks all the way back around the fucking lake to get his hatchet.
Wait, you forgot about how he kicks her body down the thing, and it doesn't.
That is pretty funny.
It doesn't go all the way down. I'm pretty sure they weren't really planning that when they filmed.
We were watching that scene, and like as she's laying on the ground, Dave's like, "Now kick her," and I started laughing because he didn't kick her yet.
But that was a pretty inventive scene there.
That's about it. I mean, what the fuck? She just standing there. She turns around. She sees this guy, and she just like nothing. She doesn't run. There's so many different ways she could run. I'm after the fact. Once we see the pullback shot, and he kicks her body down that thing. I was like, wait a minute, it's not a cliff. Like I thought she was like, oh, nowhere to go because there's a big fucking cliff drop off. No, you could have slid down that fucking
None
thing.
of them ran away.
You could have baseball slid that bitch all day.
Well, I don't really know if she. I mean, in a situation like that, like you're not trying to be careful to get down it because if you try to just immediately go down it, you are going to go off of it. In a situation like that, I could see being stunned or whatever, but I'd see somebody screaming, maybe waving their arms around, like being like, ooh, trying to get away, and then they catch them or whatever. But no, she does. She just turns around and goes, and just waits to die. And it's just like, come on. You could have at least like cut down a couple like seconds of that just so it doesn't look like she's just standing there like an idiot for like 5 seconds before he kills her.
Yeah, because then once he puts the hook through her, she turns around, she's still alive, and just like, and then he's, it's like,
well, then again, I mean, but also, her body could be in complete shock from having a fucking hook shoved through her too. So we got to, think about that. But
he punched through her whole fucking stomach, dude. There's,
I know, I loved it.
It's so far fetched. Like, I don't mind silly shit sometimes, but
talk about getting up in the guts, huh, guys?
I think he just should have grabbed a hold of her and spun her around and then did it. If that's what.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think her turning around like that so slow, just kind of, I don't know.
The scene that made me laugh though is whenever he fucking goes back like after the key scene, and then he goes back to the cabin or whatever and shoves that stick in the dude's car to fucking make his horn go off.
Oh yeah. And he just walks off.
Which was kind of goofy because like as soon as that dude walked in the house, he did that shit, but it took him like 2 minutes to get back outside.
Walking past a house full of windows.
Right.
And that guy's
the
most
one guy
likely just
sees him in the
standing
back.
there. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He grabs a gun, but
I mean, besides the fact that he just starts speed walking out of nowhere, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna speed walk all the way around this cabin and come back." Like, what the fuck? Like, as soon as you hear, like, you literally just walked in the cabin, and now there's a horn going off. You would turn around and come right out immediately. There would be no delay. And on top
what
of
if he was
that,
taking a piss? He could have been taking a shit, taking a piss. He's like,
no, he
"God
didn't have
damn,
time. He didn't have time to take a
like
shit or
that
piss.
door like literally shut as soon as he crossed like the fucking wood line and got into the driveway.
True.
Like he might have like walked into the bathroom and then he would have heard the horn.
I mean, you ever had to go real bad? You get to that threshold, man. You're there, heartbeat. Beeline it.
Don't try to defend us.
Double steps, jumping. Woo! Gotta go.
But even going back to the lake shit, you know, like you said, he walked across the bottom of the lake, no problem. There's no seaweed on him or nothing. You're telling me this lake is completely devoid of any kind of debris or anything like that? And it's like all he does is pull the chick under and drown her. Like, come on, you could have done something better. At least, okay.
Well, you gotta have the death in the lake scene. I mean, come on.
Okay, he could pull her down and do whatever under the water, and then all of a sudden her fucking head should come like shooting out or something crazy, you know? It's just not like, oh, she's drowned. That's it. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, the goal was to kill her, and he did it.
Great. Among the other fucking the death of this fucking motherfucker. This we got Walker, Texas Ranger wannabe, fucking shows up, and he's the only survivor of the son of the only survivor from the fucking first attack or whatever the fuck, and he's apparently the only one that knows how to kill Johnny. We gotta return him back to his natural ground. The fire tower and all that shit. So this guy, oh my God, these fucking people, I don't even know why they're still there. I would have fucking hightailed it out of there. Like, I don't even know why I'm hanging around this ranger guy. He shoots Johnny once and Johnny's just laying there. And they have the brilliant idea that they're going to go right over to him and chain him up and fucking... Why would you not unload everything you had into that fucking body? Why would you even go near it? And then on top of that, once he grabs the gun from them and fucking fucks up the ranger guy, the two others escape and get in his truck and take off. Why do they even stick around? Nothing in this fucking film makes sense. The fucking acting sucks. The fucking shit is so fucking slow. Oh my God. It was a good idea for like a split second. Like, hey, I got a great idea. Let's do a fucking killer point of view in this film. Oh, yeah, that sounds kind of cool. What's that going to look like? Oh, it looks really cool. And then, I'm fucking bored as shit. Where's this guy walking to? Is he fucking going to take his locket and throw it in the fucking fire? Fucking Lord of the Rings shit? Like, this guy's just walking. If you're going to do a killer point of view, this motherfucker has to have some kind of personality, because this shit, or you're going to have to cut it up for it to fucking not be slow as fuck, because it's, oh my God, it's like, come on. What's slower than this?
Last House on the Left.
The original?
Yeah. But I mean, like, this is the first one
like
pops in my head. But I mean, no, there's still in between. I think it's a nice little flow between, like, you know, I don't know, like I didn't have a problem with the pacing on it. I wasn't really bored. I was pretty intrigued.
You were you were high, bro.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not. I don't smoke, so I'm sitting there fucking clawing my eyes out.
Drink some orange juice. I don't know what to tell you.
Orange juice.
I don't know.
Night crawlers.
I was ready to say
Snort some hot sauce and call it a day. Like I don't.
Oh my gosh!
It just didn't. It didn't. And both times I watched it, I mean, like it didn't bother me. Like again, the last half of that movie is what really bothers me. But I don't really like. I'm also trying like going into it. I wasn't trying to be that picky either about everything. Okay, he came out of the water. He didn't have fucking seaweed on him. Okay. Oh no. But unfortunately, there is a lot of shit in this movie. I'm not saying this is a perfect movie by any means.
We called this shit, Melissa.
But no, like
get the popcorn.
That's what we said. We should have got popcorn.
I knew that this movie was going to have some fucking things that I disagree with or didn't think was worth a shit.
There's no story.
But
okay, there is a story, but it's a fucking ripoff of another story. And fuck the story. Fuck Johnny. These actors suck. Fucking oh my god. Oh, everybody sucks. Okay, and then
fuck
going
the
back
world.
to the fucking ranger guy. So he breaks the ranger's back, his spine or whatever. He's fucking paralyzed and now he can't talk or anything. And this motherfucker has been underground for how long? He knows that there's this log cutter thing in the shed. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here and fire this sucker up. Like he knew to go into that shed and fire that thing up. Come back, drag the guy over there. Didn't he have wasn't that the part we were talking about, Chad, where he had a hard time dragging that guy, the ranger guy?
He was struggling, even though he was supposed to have like superhuman powers.
Yeah. Like the first kill, he's dragging that fucking guy around by his fucking jaw, no problem. Now he's got this fucking 150-pound ranger. He's struggling. And then he gets him in the goddamn. He gets him in the goddamn fucking shed, and this is so long. This is so long, and fucking there's no payoff because okay. He takes the ranger, he puts his fucking arm in the thing, he cuts the guy's arm off, then he puts his head in the thing and cuts that, and it takes so fucking long. Why the fuck?
Have you ever chopped the body up like that? It's gonna take a while. It's in his view.
Why does he have to?
Because we need the gore. It's the anticipation of what's happening. Like it's the anticipation feel of the whole thing. That's what it is. It grows a little bit more.
To me, that was the most boringest kill in the whole fucking thing.
But there's no payoff. Okay, because so apparently the ranger's still alive because you can see his eyes move.
Severed limbs, payoff.
Guess what? He's fucking debilitated. He can't even speak.
He's right. He can't say anything. He can't move or nothing. He can just watch it all happen. That's pretty fucking terrifying to me.
Oh,
and if he wants somebody to feel like a certain way, he's gonna do it. Like he's not just gonna just run off and do it. He wants There's no pain. That's
there's pain. There's no pain, no agony. Like if you cut some motherfucker up,
because he's paralyzed. He can't speak. He can't fucking move.
Great. So he's just gonna get
sees it all.
He's just gonna get sliced up like a fucking piece of cheese. And I'm just like, oh, great. I just spent 10 minutes of my life watching this motherfucker.
Okay.
And then this motherfucker, he's spending 10 minutes cutting this fucking prick up, and then he goes, and then these two dumb fucks who got in the truck and didn't leave hatched this brilliant idea. We're going to fucking lure him in. All right? We're going to lure him in and fucking, we didn't think this through because he's not fucking doing what we want him to. So the fucking guy comes up right behind him. Brilliant fucking idea. Gets his fucking shit smashed in, and he's fucking just bang, 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 bang. He's fucking stuck. He can't. Like, there's nothing left, Johnny. There's nothing left. There's fucking nothing. What are you doing? Like,
well, that also could go back. That could also go back to like his mental stuff. The over excessive nature of how he is with chopping up the body could be an OCD or of some sort. Some kind of maybe it triggered something we don't know. Like it could, but I think you could also take it as another homage to Friday the 13th, where part 4 where Corey Feldman is going ape shit. Die. So it could also be something.
That's different. That's different because he's traumatized.
I'm not fully disagreeing with you. I'm just saying
that's the whole selling point at that point in Friday, where fucking Corey Feldman has fucking lost his shit he's fucking shaved like most of his head, and he's like, I got to kill this guy. And that's how you should react in a situation where you're dealing with some kind of supernatural fucking monster. Like, just hack the motherfucker to pieces, because guess what? He keeps coming back. All right. But that's a whole different story. That's the fun of it. Okay, he's supposed to keep coming back. That I get that. I don't mind that in other films. But here, it's like nothing makes sense. Fucking Johnny. The only reason he's alive or resurrected is because he's looking for this fucking locket. Fucking how does that locket even stay on the pole for 10 years or whatever? Oh, there's no storm that blows the fucking thing off or nothing. What the fuck?
I do have an answer to that, Melissa, by the way.
You got what's that?
Melissa asks, I wonder what this guy's inspiration was for this movie. And in a violent nature, emphasizes static, long take shots and features no musical score. And I quote, we always wanted to treat this almost like a nature documentary. And the gentleman's name is Chris Nash, is who wrote and directed the film. Nash said of the film's stylistic approach, and I quote, it's luring you into a sense that the danger isn't quite there. When you see tourists getting really close to bears, they're just like, oh no, look, it's not doing anything. It's fine. And then all of a sudden the bear just turns around and charges at you. You're way too defenseless, and you just have no idea that they're capable of this much power and brutality.
I would have rather watched
a bear movie.
A bear take a shit in the woods.
God. No, but I mean,
remember the great outdoors.
They brought a bear up a couple times in that long-ass story at the end.
We're getting there. Are we there yet?
The one thing that irritated me more than the walking didn't bother me that much. I guess because I was prepared for it, because that's what the biggest complaint I kept seeing
everybody loved Lord of the Rings.
Everyone having like these full-blown conversations, like the ranger after they shoots him. We're just going to stand here and talk about it.
Yeah.
As this thing is lying there. And then when the two that survive after the ranger are in their woods, they're in there talking. Like, either get out of there or shut I'd say get out of there as opposed to just shut the fuck up.
I would have been in the truck and gone.
And that happened a bunch of times. We're just going to stand here and talk about it. We're just going to stand here and talk about it. We're just going to stand here and talk about it. Like, get the fuck out of there, dude. And yes, the end. That long-ass story.
Well, I want to follow up on what that Chris Nash had just said. I don't know. If you implemented music into this film, how it would change it. I don't know. Music plays a big role, as we know. It can build the tension, the suspense, and everything like that. I don't know if it's the silence. I know people will be like, oh, the silence is even more creepy or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, not for me. I don't know. I need something else. It's like if you're doing these long shots of this guy just walking, they don't stick on him the whole time. They cut. And there's no what's the point of doing a long follow if you're going to cut anyway? Just cut it all. The point obviously is we need to stretch this fucking film out longer. But, that's an easy fix in my mind. Just get more people to kill, And obviously you don't have to go like over budget. It's like, okay, we can do kills and it not be a big ordeal, like the drowning shit. It doesn't have to be something where we're spending a bunch of money on special effects or anything like that. So, I mean, there's different ways that you can stretch out the runtime if that's what you're worried about. But I don't know. I don't know if you cut it down. What was the runtime on this? An hour and a half ish?
Yeah, hour 33, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. I think music would have helped.
I do too. Because, my biggest gripe, aside from just stupid fucking people making decisions that were just dumb, is all the fucking slow paced walking shit. We took a lot of that shit out, and then just say they released it on Shudder as a short for 43 minutes. I think I would have enjoyed this shit a lot better.
Yeah, where it didn't have to be a fucking long, drawn out process. You could have
They
condensed it.
They do a lot of those like 43-minute shorts and shit on Shutter that are dope.
Well, we were talking, remember Batman Dead End? That was only 10 to 15 minutes long.
Sure.
I'm not saying you got to cut it down to that, but I mean, you could easily cut this down to half an hour.
That's why I wish I knew what the budget was too, though. Because I mean, if they had access to this place for free, like the effects, I don't know. Like I think you could probably pull this shit off for like 20 grand max.
Right.
There's no real tension. If you're following the killer around, you know where the killer is. That's a big part of all these other horror movies where you don't know where the killer is going to show up, and you're like, oh fuck, and you're invested in the principal cast to a degree where you're like, okay, I like this girl, I like this guy, I don't want him to die or her to die, and I don't know where this killer is, and when is he going to pop out and fucking attack him. Here, you know where the fucking guy is, and you're not invested in the cast. So I'm literally only watching this guy walk around for him to finally kill somebody, and it's going to be a cool kill, and that's it. It's like, all right, I got to wait and wait. Oh, okay, cool. Wait. Okay, cool. And like I said, if you edit it down, but you don't have a movie, but at the same time, I don't know. I just don't like the format. Like I said, I don't like the execution. Good idea. There's just got to be a better way. Or if you're following the killer, they have to have some kind of personality. I mean, can you imagine a POV of fucking Freddy Krueger? I mean, at least that motherfucker.
I don't want to see that.
You don't want to see that?
Nah.
All right.
Like they've had like POV like movie like that. Like I mean, like Brain Scan. Every time he went to go kill somebody, it was his view. Whenever he was doing the
right.
But then they also had like an interesting side story going on. Like you don't get that with this really, except for like overhearing the campers or whatever, like talking about the shit.
Oh yeah, that.
But after a while, you're just like, you guys are fucking dumb.
Oh yeah, no, it all goes back down to why don't you just fucking go,
right?
Like you kind of
been fucking gone.
Like
I would like it to be where there's some kind of stakes. If you're going to follow the killer around, you gotta want somebody to survive. Otherwise, you're just watching, like I said, for the kills. So it's kind of pointless. It's not a good story. I want a story personally. If you just want to watch it for the eye candy, that's fine too. If that's your thing, I want a story.
It would have done better as a short.
That's another reason to do it that way.
It got me thinking. I was talking to somebody about this where I was like, the concept was kind of teased in the last Scream movie. Whenever it starts out and you find out you think that you know who the killer is right out the gate. And you're like, oh shit, this is interesting because now we know who the killer is, whenever they have that opening scene in the alleyway, but then, it goes in a different direction from there. But, whenever they did that, I was like, okay, what are they going to do here? And I was intrigued, and then there was no follow through, but it's kind of the same way with this. Like you have that idea, and then it's like the follow through just fucking, I don't know, man. Fuck. I'd like to give people credit here because I hate fucking burying a movie that so many people have worked hard on, and I'm sure these people are great people, and there's a lot of people that are talented that worked really hard on this film. I from a fan perspective, I couldn't enjoy this film hardly at all. Wrestling scary movie with Jericho in it. What is that?
Which one's that? You mean the Terrifier 3 shit? Like I know he's in it a lot longer.
He's about to be it. Yeah, he's going to be in that.
No, I totally understand. Like I see your point on it, and because again, like I think this movie. Like I said, well, like we've all kind of agreed, it was a good idea, and they could have done more with it, a lot more with it. Again, I knew that it was going to be just a slasher film. I was curious how it was going to go. They could cut this thing down. I mean, an hour. Right.
Like I said, maybe like 43 minutes long, 37 to 43.
Yeah, like there is things about it that they definitely could have changed that, And yes, you have to give them like respect for the fact that they actually did work hard on it, and it's very clearly a passion project from what it's homaging. Homage.
An homage is when you do something little. It's a little tip of the hat to the original, saying, "Hey, we love you." This is full blown. Like even when he's got.
I mean, it is. I'm just being stupid. It is a complete ripoff.
Whenever you see his face, it's almost like fucking Jason. He almost looks like Jason. I was like, come on, do something different. Yeah. All right. Oh,
well,
we're gonna put on
reveal way earlier than we do in a Friday the 13th movie.
Yes, that's true. And then they put this stupid fucking firefighter's mask on him. Me and Chad were talking about it. Fucking as soon as we seen this dude in this mask, it reminded us of fucking Back to the Future, where Marty is standing there. He's like, "I am Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan."
Yeah,
like that's exactly what I thought whenever I saw this mask. I was like, this is.
I think it's better without the mask.
Me and Chad said the same thing.
Yeah,
just don't even do the mask because there's nobody out there that wants to put this thing on.
He was creepy looking without the mask.
Yeah, with the mask, he looked like a kid wearing an overgrown, his daddy's helmet or something.
Yeah,
look what I'm wearing! Yay! Like he's walking out of the.
Like I was just glad they didn't make him look like fucking Jason in Part 2 whenever his mask comes off.
Oh right, yeah. Well,
I'm glad they changed it up a good bit. Like he didn't look quite like that.
No, but yeah, like it was ripped off completely, like completely. But Santa,
I don't know how he was seeing through the fucking woods with that thing on.
I don't
It
know.
had like the tinted lenses because you're in a fucking fire.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like when nighttime, he'd be walking in the trees and shit.
Yeah. No, my biggest gripe on this movie though. I'm just gonna get to it. Can I get to it?
We're there.
Okay, I figured we were.
Well, let's set it up though, because the fucking chick finally runs off into the woods and leaves the necklace there. And sorry. I'm fired up. Fucking this film. Okay, so like I said, he's bashing the guy's fucking head in a million times. The chick is just standing there watching it. Like this is her boyfriend, friend, whatever the fuck and she's just standing there like watching it. Like not even, I think they were trying to give the idea that she was in shock.
Yeah, but that's not what that was.
No, it's just, she's just kind of like watching, like, what the fuck's going on? Like, she's not screaming, she's not taking off, nothing. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna sit this shit down and get the fuck out of here. And then she takes off running. Like, okay, maybe all this was a bad idea. Here, you can have the locket back. Like, you should have done that right at the ranger scene. When the ranger tells you he's looking for the locket, she should have been like, well, fuck this thing. Peace. Throw it at him and get the fuck out of there.
He could have threw it on his chest and jumped in the truck, and they all three could have got the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And but then, of course she waits and then fucking takes off through the woods, and she's running. now we got a POV of her running. And here's now, like, all of a sudden she's all over the forest. There's bug noises, then there's not bug noises, and there's bug noises back. Then all of a sudden she's on the ground and she got a fucking stick through her fucking leg. How does that even happen?
That was my biggest thing.
I've ran through woods. I've fucked up my foot, my ankles, my legs. I've got cut up before. I've never had a piece of wood just go through my leg at any point, no matter how fast I've ran. And
I didn't know she was hurt until she was in the car when they showed it. I thought I just missed it.
You did, because she's like laying there with the stick in her, and I thought it was I think they were trying to set it up to make you think, okay, now she's hurt, she's a wounded animal, and Johnny's going to be able to get to her somehow.
No.
And then nothing. Then she gets out to the road, and go ahead, Chuck.
Okay, so far, this is the point where, okay, when she backs off, because all that shit is annoying as fuck, because I'm just like, all right, she stands there forever. She could have already been gone. Now, the whole idea of the movie was Johnny's perception, right? Mm-hmm. So when they immediately go off and start following her, it just goes, it goes completely like AWOL, and it's stupid, and it's pointless, and we don't care. And she's running. See, this whole time, they could have still been like going with Johnny, because what they could have like shown is like him, like he knows where she's at. He's going around somewhere, whatever the fuck, sees her getting on the road and getting picked up, and then boom, that could have been it. She gets in the truck, she leaves, she's gone, boom, movie ends right there. It would have been fine. And then what do we get? We get a fucking 10-minute fucking monologue about bears and nothing. I don't understand what the fucking point was of it whatsoever. Like me and Whitman fucking like he literally fell asleep. Like I was like I was just waiting. I was like, okay, there's gonna be a resolve here. There's gonna be
no payoff.
There's not a goddamn thing. You're like, okay, maybe they're gonna say something profound. Maybe this is gonna be the ending. No. And then they show like the fucking they show the canister and the fucking locket or whatever or something somewhere or something at the very end.
The very end.
Yeah. And it's like, huh?
The bear trap.
They were trying to be fucking cute. All right. They, like I said, they had her fucking get hurt. You think he's gonna catch up to her somehow. Then she gets in the truck. Fucking now you're ripping off Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Fucking
right, exactly, yeah.
She's riding in the truck, and they're trying to build it up to where okay, he's gonna pop out, he's gonna show up somewhere. When it's gonna happen? It's gonna happen. It doesn't happen. And it's like, okay, if you're gonna build that up, there's gotta be a payoff, or else you've just fucked the audience. And you just can't be like, oh, well, we were like making it seem like there was going to be something that happened and it didn't happen. So it was kind of like a mind thing. And it's like,
and they also made you kind of think that maybe the woman had something to do with something.
Yes.
Too. And they went on to that whole thing. And I was like, okay, get to it. Like fucking complete ripoff of the end of Friday the 13th. Like that's what I thought it was going to be, something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then like when they stopped and all that shit, and like she's like, oh, like da da da. No, we didn't need any of that. We didn't need any of that fucking.
So many things. So many things. Like you said, the woman. I thought like, oh, it's gonna be his sister or some fucking shit, and she's getting ready to tell, because like you, in every fucking horror movie, there's always the urban legend story of how the murders happened or this happened at the camp years ago, and you know how stories go. They get fucking blown out of proportion. You know, the facts of the matter get so strewn out and fucked up through time that sometimes it's completely different from than what really happened. So I figured this chick is going to tell you what really happened to Johnny. We're getting the real story here, and that wasn't it. And instead, you're getting this other story which has no relevance whatsoever. I'm trying to fucking analyze it. Like, is she trying to compare? Like, does she know Johnny is out there and she's trying to compare him to the bear? And he's just an animal that like this is his violent nature or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, is that the whole point of this? And it's just like, it just didn't go anywhere. It was just like, it fell flat. You know, you set her up thinking she's somebody. Nope. She's telling a story that you think is going to be relevant. Nope. Then they okay. So the fucking girl passes out. And she's like, hey, honey, wake up. You know, you talk to me. And the girl's not responding whatsoever. She looks down. You see the shot of her leg. So you're thinking, oh, she's lost blood. She's passed out. And then all of a sudden, the woman pulls the truck over. And instantaneously, this girl's, why are we stopping? Why are we stopping? Guess what? We were stopping because you didn't fucking respond, motherfucker. So what the fuck?
I thought he was dead.
And then she gets, oh, let me fix your leg. Let me, you know, you're bleeding. And she comes over, she opens the door, and you think, okay, this is where he's going to show up. I don't know how, because they've been driving for 10 fucking minutes. I don't know how he caught up to him. And then nothing. And then she's staring out into the woods. And I thought, you remember that fucking that video on YouTube where it's like, oh, watch the car you'll see a ghost. And you're watching the car, and you're watching the car drive, and the car. And then all of a sudden, the fucking Linda Blair jumps at you. It's a jump scare.
Yeah,
they do that. They do that shot of the woods, and it's just a still shot. You're looking at the woods, and there's nothing. You're looking around. You're like watching it the whole time. And I was like, there's got to be some kind of fucking jump scare here, because it's just this long still shot in the woods, and then nothing.
Even where the woman was on like down, like when she was like on her knees and she was like doing the whole thing with her leg and stuff. That's not dirty.
Wait,
like
what movie were you watching?
The way the shot was like was something like if it was a shot that was like in a Friday the 13th movie, there would have been a hook going through her head and pulling her that way.
Or if she's like, okay, the woman's kneeled down, the old lady, and the girl's sitting there just staring out the woods, and you got that still shot of the woods, and you don't see anything moving around. All of a sudden, like an arrow comes flying by and it goes through her head, or the axe. I think Chad was saying the hatchet was going to come flying through into the screen or whatever.
Smack her in the face.
But nothing.
They could have done something.
Nothing. And
because it was funny too, though. Like whenever she first runs out of the woods and she's just standing on the fucking street, me and Mike were like, credits.
Yeah,
that would have been perfect.
Yeah,
I don't know if it would have been perfect. It would have been. It would have made me a lot happier than fucking
my life.
Yeah, wasting another 10 minutes. But yeah, man, fucking no payoff. So it's got all the fucking bad things: the slow pacing, the fucking bad acting, the fucking rip off of Friday the 13th, and a fucking ending that doesn't fucking satisfy. So fuck this movie.
You get like 12 minutes of talking, and then what do you get? Random like establishing shots of the forest.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's like, where do we have these extra shots? Where do we throw them in? We'll just put them in at the end. Like, all right, we'll just show some images of the fucking forest some more. We'll show the lake with the fucking fog on it, and then we're gonna pan back to the fucking bear trap with the gas can to show you the necklace is gone, and so is Johnny. So technically, Johnny's still running the woods.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, Chuck, because fucking
I take it for what it is. I take it for I knew what it was going to be. I knew that it was going to be a slasher film. I wasn't really thinking it was going to be some great thing. Now I knew it was going to be overhyped because it was. But I still enjoyed watching it. I mean, I didn't have a problem watching it both times. Is it one that like I'm dying to get back and put it in? No, I'm not. Like, will I watch it again? Yeah, sometime. But it's not one you watch all the time. It doesn't have a rewatchability to it, because usually when you watch it once, you're like, like the only reason why I watched it so close after, like I just watched it like the night before, or a couple nights before the first time when I watched it the second time. That was to show one of my friends that was wanting to see it. So it's like I wouldn't even thought to have watched it a second time that close if it wasn't to show somebody. Or somebody, you know what I mean?
I was trying to get Dave to watch it by himself all week, so I didn't have to watch it again. But
or it's one of those ones where you go back and watch it and like, did I miss something? Like, was there something deeper here that I just didn't pick up on the first time around? And that's not the case. And it's similar, without revealing anything. With me and Chad went and saw Long Legs. It's one of those ones where I'm like, I'll have to go back and watch it again because there's so much weird shit in that fucking movie. And both, Long Legs and In a Violent Nature, I've heard so many people hype both films up. They're like, oh, you got to check this out. It's very cool or whatever. And I checked them out and I'm just like, I don't know if when people give me a film and they're like, oh, this is a good film, check it out. If my expectations are higher, and then I go in and I'm like, I'm just fucking disappointed. As opposed to if I just go in with nothing,
Yeah.
Like zero expectation, or I'm expecting a piece of dog shit and I can just go in and enjoy myself. It's not even one of those ones, there's so many B horror movies that the acting is bad on purpose, trauma, all that shit, that's entertaining, it's designed that way. And in this one, I just wasn't entertained, except the kills, Like I said, you cut it down and do a short with some cool kills, and that's cool. But as far as an hour and a half film, you lost me. You lost me. But hey,
well, I mean, I'm glad it went to the theaters and stuff for them guys. Like, I mean, I don't hate on anybody doing what they like want to do or whatever. Like, I'm still surprised we all haven't made a movie yet. You know what I mean? Like, we've been saying that shit for pretty much ever since we started doing this. But I don't know, like, it definitely could have been a smaller runtime, a lot shorter, easily cut in half. But I mean, I am glad that they got the theatrical release instead of just going straight to Shudder. But
sure.
And why it's a Shudder film and it's not on Shudder? What's up with that?
That's what they've been doing.
It'll be on there soon.
It'll probably be on there like September or October.
Should be on there automatically.
Just like Late Night with the Devil, it was on there. It was on. It was
like a month later. This is going to be
it was on
months later.
Has it already been said that's how long it's going to be?
They just said later in the year. So I mean, it's probably the last quarter.
I was gonna say Late Night with the Devil came out pretty quick on Shudder.
Yeah.
It was about 2 weeks or something.
It's like, what are we paying you people for?
You know what I mean? And my app's been freezing lately, so it's pissing me off.
Really pissing me off.
And also something with the ending part of the movie, that something that Whitman said that I totally agree with, is that it almost that last half, that whole fucking shit with the girl running in the woods, all that stuff, like, and then the whole little monologue thing there really almost turns you off from anything else about the movie you liked.
Yeah.
And and I mean, even though I still liked the first half of the movie, I'll say first half of the movie, that second half, because me and him were standing in the fucking driveway, just sitting there going, did we like it? Like, did what? And he was like, man, he's like, I almost did that last part, fucking almost, like, I don't even, it made me not like it. So
from the Ranger scene on, pissed me off.
Well, also another thing, the Ranger scene though, is when he's laying on the ground, they shoot him and he falls back like this. But the camera shot is him.
I just want to know who said, it'd be good to have in a movie the slowest and most pointless fucking arm dismemberment in history. Like, all right. Then like the next scene, whenever they cut from that though, and he finally kills the dude, like he kills the guy and he just lets him fucking lay there and he just turns around and walks away. Next shot, he's fucking walking with his fucking hatchet in his hand. Like, why didn't you just fucking chop the guy's head off outside? Save me fucking 8 minutes.
I did like the face smash though. That was kind of cool.
Oh, with the rocker?
Yeah, I like that. That was pretty.
That
was pretty brutal.
That was a good little splatter scene.
Yeah, I see. Again, like, I mean,
but again, that rock would have had to been twice that size for that to fucking happen.
Yeah,
quit being picky. Come on, that's a good death. So don't be a picky bastard about it. I get it. It's kind of hard not to be picky in these kind of movies. I'm an asshole with certain things too, but
you see so much shit executed very well to almost perfect.
Yeah, I mean, like when you watch a movie. Sorry, real quick. When you watch a movie and you can already be like, I know how I can make this better, like throughout the movie, that says something,
All right, so here,
I feel like we could have made a better film, honestly.
Okay, here's the thing: if they took out the kills, Chuck, do you still like the movie?
No, because it would deceive the point of me watching
Lord of the Rings with nothing.
And I hate Lord of the Rings, so
it's
me and Mike was actually going to film a short where he was just following me around in the woods. And then we go up to like a well and I drop like a hatchet or a ring in it and then just walk away.
Lock it.
That's funny.
He's just walking and walking. And the whole selling point was the POV from the killer. And then your ending, it's not anymore. So what the fuck?
Right.
We're following him until we're not.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense.
And you would think
the pee-pee.
And like I said, whenever you're following the killer, that tension isn't there. And as soon as you get away from following him and you're following her, that's when they build the tension. Like we said, she's running, she's hurt. Is he going to catch up? Is he going to fucking pop out? No payoff. And you fuck your audience on that.
Without a kiss.
Yep. So
that's true.
In a silent nature.
I said, "What the fuck, Michael? What did we just fucking watch?"
So, what would you all give this movie, like 1 through 5?
2.
1.
Chad, man.
2.5.
Maybe like 1 with like 1 point on the other one.
For what, the gore?
Like a 1.3.
I'd probably give it a 3. Just because I do like the kill scenes in it, and I think the
infamous words of Randy Jackson. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me.
So 1, 1, 2, 3.
Maybe the sequel will be better because I think they've already said that they're working on the second one. So maybe they'll take some constructive criticism from fine folks like ourselves, and maybe. The
only thing I didn't do is go back. I hate watching reviews before I do a movie, so I didn't watch anything. Like I definitely want to go back and see some other people's reviews to see what they did like about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's just that fucking hook scene where he pulls the bitch's head through her stomach. Like that was the highlight of the film.
It had very much that Terrifier vibe to it, like so over the top.
Yeah,
but the kills weren't as over the top as Terrifier. Like Terrifier, like
no.
The kills are fucking amazing. The story, there's somewhat of a story, but at least you get interaction with the other characters, so you get kind of a tie with them. So you want to see him survive and kill Art, but at the same time, if it comes to killer clown movies, I just want a fucking clown killing people. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but what if you fucking just follow him around for 45 minutes of the film? That's it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old fogey, and I like a good story. You know. I
get that. I get that. Like I said, maybe the sequel will be better.
Maybe. You'll switch it up.
Here's Johnny.
Next time it's gonna be the fastest like movie we've ever seen. It's gonna be 5 minutes. It's just gonna be like everybody's gonna talk like Alvin and the Chipmunks, and it's just gonna be sped up and
speed walking
an art film. Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
If you're curious about the Rotten Tomatoes score, 81% of 143 critics' reviews are positive, with an average rating of 6.7 out of 10. Those are critic reviews now, so grain of salt.
Can't trust him.
Can't touch this.
I mean, it was definitely they definitely score shit like when everything, because the way it was filmed, I thought wasn't bad. Like me and Mike said the guy was trying to go all Tarantino with the fucking circle.
Oh yes, would that be considered an homage? The opening scene from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. When they're at the campfire and he just keeps going around, just like Reservoir Dogs. That's all this was,
Johnny.
That's all this was. A sliver of an original idea following the killer, and then us ripping off a bunch of other films.
Like that scene whenever the chick opens this box and Pinhead came. Oh, that happened.
Well,
so there you have it. In a violent nature. All right, before we go, I guess it's time for our random clip. Random clip of the week. Here we go. What do we got?
It's random.
It's alive. It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God. Oh.
Man, that clip just gave me a cool idea.
Love that fucking movie.
Let's create a monster. Oh wait, it's already been done. What was that?
No, that was my phone.
Are we ready to get paid? Running
ads. Amazon's originals.
Bam!
Did you know him from Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat, Nasty Nation, Graveyard Talk, and the Video Store Clerks Podcast? He is the creator of Stoner Gore, Chuck Nasty. And if you have a craving for extreme horror, the following titles may interest you. Thirsty, Sludge, House of Flesh, Going to Hell, Fresh Kills, Erotic Gore. All available now in Kindle and paperback, only at Amazon.com.
Bam.
Erotic Gore.
Hell yeah.
Erotic.
Everybody, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about that one here lately.
I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I got it.
It's good. That second story, you're gonna need your puke bags.
Puke bags.
Yeah, I about puked when I was writing that.
It'd be all right.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie.
All right, so let's move on. What are we doing next week?
Next week, look out. Your clerks are taking Manhattan.
Oh, shit. What?
Doing the double feature twofer. Muppets. Yes, I said Muppets.
What?
Take Manhattan.
What?
And Jason takes Manhattan.
Oh, you guys are fucking crazy.
So your clerks take Manhattan. And if we're lucky, we might have a special guest named Mick Manhattan.
Oh,
from the Snob Scenes.
What? What is going on here? This is crazy. So the Muppets are going to take Manhattan, and then Jason's going to take Manhattan.
Right.
And then, fucking, we're in Manhattan. We're not going to be in Manhattan though. We're going to take it.
Like I said, hopefully we get Mick from the Scene Snobs. Mick Manhattan.
Join us and party.
Wow, what a mashup, guys! What a mashup.
Blue dongs for
blue dongs.
Blue dongs.
What is? Did I itch?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Don't be. No. We're just watching a couple movies and talking about them. That's all. Damn. So that's it. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe to the Video Store Clerks.
If you haven't checked out the Scene Snobs, go check out the Scene Snobs.
Show them some love. Tell them the Clerks sent you. God damn it.
Horrible Sir Sturdy. Check them out. Good people.
Yeah, all the crews out there.
Oh, we got to shout out Whitman Photography as well, since we brought up Whitman a few times. So got to bring up Whitman Photography.
We got our own little family
for the old boy.
We got our own little podcast nation circulating.
And as always, Whitman's links will be in the description. Make sure you check them out.
Check them out.
God damn it. This super glue is no joke, man. I fucked up. All right, we got to get out of here. Join us next Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We are your clerks, taking care of video store business. Good night.
See you next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I'm walking.